Our thoughts are so powerful that when I was 19, I started to believe I was losing my mind. In fact, I was so convincing, I almost did. Bum, 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 bow, doo-doo-doo, bow, doo-doo-doo. Back when I was a teenager, I went through a phase where any little thing would set my heart rate pumping. That sensation would trigger a series of thoughts which always led me to believe that I was in the process of going insane. I was so scared and confused as to what was happening to me that I kept it a secret from my friends and family. But after 2 months, I couldn't keep it to myself any longer, mainly because my mother was somewhat perplexed to find me pacing up and down the stairs at 3 in the morning, muttering to myself. I tell you what, mothers are very intuitive. She did not believe me when I told her I was just trying to get my 10,000 steps in early for the day. She decided to take me to a counsellor specialising in mental health in the adolescents. The counsellor told me that my fear of losing my mind was a very definite possibility and that I should seek psychiatric help as soon as I could. So, I met with a psychiatric professional and told him what was really going on inside of me. That I could hear and feel everything. Every sound and movement, every oddity in the world or awkward moment in a conversation, that would then spark these swirling thoughts of losing my mind. From what the doctor was hearing, it quickly dawned on him that I wasn't losing my mind at all, but that I was in actual fact experiencing an acute bout of panic attacks. You see, our minds are so powerful that I had tricked myself into thinking I was going insane. When you allow yourself to ruminate over and over again on one idea, like a microphone that gets too close to the amp, you reverb and distort that idea into something so far away from what you originally thought that you build this labyrinth of monsters in your own mind. You start to believe they are real. Even worse, you start to believe they are you. Now, I've never gotten that bad since. However, I have constantly fallen into the trap of believing that the voice inside my head speaks nothing but the truth and that I should hang on to every word it says. But recently, thanks to Buddhist teacher extraordinaire Tara Brach, I have felt a shift in my thinking. I've started to play a game with myself. What if I didn't believe everything that came into my mind? What if I believed only the thoughts that made me feel good about myself and ignored the ones that dragged me down? This epiphany came to me after a night out with friends. You see, out there in the world, you have no control over what happens. You can't control whether someone will like you or if you'll meet an arsehole who says shit that boils your blood. Yet, the next morning when I awoke, I systematically went through all the worst highlights of the night. I was right in the middle of this strange match of the day highlight episode when all of a sudden I paused, I stopped and realized I am not those memories. They are merely a series of random, uncontrollable blabberings of the mind, and in order to move past them, I must simply walk through them. Now, the trick is not to block these thoughts, but merely detach yourself from them. You're only trapped when you try to run away from something. Only once you accept and no longer flee do you realize you were always free. It's as if you'd been trying to break open the prison bar window, only to realize that the door was never locked. I am by no means enlightened, far from it, though I have started to no longer believe everything that comes into my head. I no longer put that inner voice on a pedestal. I'll take what I need and leave the rest, and I suggest you do the same. Honestly guys, thank you so much for watching till the end. If you took any value from this video, please do subscribe and perchance smash that notification bell. Don't believe your thoughts. Don't believe your thoughts.